Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And welcome to the Quran journey. May Allah bless Shaykh Hassan for starting this and those who helped them to start this. And may Allah bring them and all the Hajjaj safe and sound back. Ya Rabbi, Ameen. Your brother Alaa, proud and honored to be here to fill in for him, inshallah, for the last of the end of Surah Maryam. So we'll talk about the journey, what it means to us, not just the interpretation and the tafsir, but we will have some homework on the way out, inshallah. So we'll make sure that you are getting some reward. I did not bring my candy with me today, so just saying, so close yet so far. Inshallah, today we will also talk about the overall, what do we do and how to recap and so on. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I believe this is verse 65, inshallah, رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا فَاعْبُدْهُ وَاصْطَبِرْ لِعِبَادَتِهِ هَلْ تَعْلَمُ لَهُ سَمِيًّا. So the interpretation and the translation are totally different. So I'm going to give you the translation, but we'll go through the interpretation, what it means, inshallah. So the Lord of the heavens and the earth and all that is in between them. So worship Him alone and be constant and patient in His worship. Do you know of any who is familiar to Him? Of course, none is similar to the consequence of comparable to Him, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, since He says, لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ, there is nothing like unto Him. There is nothing like unto Him, and He is all hearer, all seer. So let us now go through the tafsir and understanding it. I'll give you some of what the scholars say. In Ibn Kathir and Tabari and Qurtubi, just a summary, then we'll talk about some of the examples that we can take and learning from the daily life. It says, خَالِقُ ذَلِكُ وَمُدَبِّرُ. He's the one that created the heavens and the earth. And Mudabbiru. Mudabbiru is the one that actually is the one that is maintainer, the sustainer. So if you think about it, tadbir, you know, when you marry a wife that is mudabbira, qalilun mahum yani, a wife that is very smart and intellectual and frugal in a way that is not stingy, but frugal, smart, places things in the proper manner at the right time, not too much of this, not too little of that. That's called tadbir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يُنَزِّلُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ بِقَدَرٍ. Everything is a decreed matter, in a proper way. Not too much, not too little. So his mudabbir is the one that actually, that does things in the proper manner. وَالْحَاكِمُ فِيهِ وَالْمُتَصَرِّفِ. He is the one in control of it, and allows, and not disallows anything to do with it. لَا مُعَقِّبَ لِحُكْمِهِ. There is no one that will actually supersede or ordain Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do anything other than that. هل تعلم للرب مثلا? Is there anybody else except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accordingly? ليس أحد يسمى الرحمن غيره تبارك وتعالى. So there's nobody else that actually called Rahman, Ar-Rahman. Even when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the 99 names plus the attributes and so on and so forth, that we will know in the Quran and Sunnah, and that we will not know, we will only know on Judgment Day. But the word Ar-Rahman, nobody would ever be able to get that. So it's specific to that. I also have this, inshallah, just like to be on the back, inshallah. When the word istabr comes up in an ayah, there is an extra letter in root. So the root word in itself says wasbir sad ba ra, but here wastabir, there's an extra ta, right? I think I talked about this because I see some of the people from Isna here. So what does that really mean? The scholars say az-ziyada fil mabani ziyada fil ma'ani, right? Which means the increase of the root in the letter, it means, or indicative to an increase of the definition of the meaning. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَأْمُرْ أَهْلَكَ بِالصَّلَاةِ, same thing, وَاصْطَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا. Command your family to pray, but He didn't say وَاصْبِرْ عَلَيْهَا, He says وَاصْطَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا. So here when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that being extra patient, not just patient, that means you're going to tell your children to pray, you know what, when they're 7 years old, but you know it's going to be very difficult. He's telling you it's going to be difficult. They're going to play games on their phone, not to hear the adhan. They're going to put it on Wi-Fi and they pretend to make wudu inside the whatever, and they're just going to get some water going and go, oh yeah, Dad, I'm coming. They're going to close the door and they pretend that they're Allahu Akbar, even though they're talking to the significant other from another mother. And whatever it is, it says, وَاسْطَبِرْ عَلَيْهَا. It's going to be difficult for you to get them online. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا فَاعْبُدْهُ وَاسْطَبِرْ لِعِبَادَتِهِ. Which means what? He's the Lord of the heavens and the earth. Anybody else claims that I created the heavens and the earth? No. So the word the Rabb here, brothers and sisters, what does it actually mean? So we look into the word in itself. It's an indication of Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. That means it's the monotheism of the Lordship. So what is the Lordship? The Lordship is the one that engages as the one that created, He gives, He sustains, He maintains, and so on and so forth. Why would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the word Rabb in one way, and the other time He would use the word Ilah? What's the difference? Yeah. So when He says Rabbu samawati wa alhamdulillahi Rabbil alameen, when you hear the word Rabb, it is the indication of Tawheed al-Rububiyyah. He's the one that created the heavens and the earth and give you the life, takes away your life. He gives you the job, He takes away your job. He gives you the house, He gives you the car, the health, the wealth, the children. That's Rabb. That's the Rububiyyah. So the scholars say, if you know that He's the Lord, why would you worship anybody else other than the Lord? So Tawheed al-Rububiyyah yasuqu ila Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah, which means the Lordship, the monotheism of the Lordship will drive you or push you to do the Tawheed al-Uluhiyyah, to make the monotheism of the Godhood, which means what? If He's the one that does everything for you, or can take away from you anything, why would you worship anybody else except the one that actually grants you everything or takes away from you everything? So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَمَا بَيْنَهُمَا, meaning what? And everything in between. So just in case you're wondering, okay, well, if He's the رَبُّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ, then what? There are the heavens, samawat, the seven samawat. And if you think about the creation in itself, the samawat, everything that you know about it, the galaxies, the Milky Way, the things that we can see and things that we cannot see. If you've seen the research online, you see the earth in itself. They first will take you, they'll show you the earth. Huge. Then they will zoom out a bit. I'm not sure if you've seen that or not. Then they will show you another planet. They will show you another. Then they will show you the galaxy. They will show you. All of a sudden, this earth, it disappears. It disappears. So if you think, and later on you will see what this connects to, inshallah. If you think that the earth is huge and so on and so forth, it's nothing. It's a speck of a dust when it comes to what? The Milky Way, just the first heaven, by the way. Everything that we know of is in the first level, first firmament. There are 7 levels above that we don't even know anything about, not even a scratch. So when you think of the Rabbu Samawat in plural, not the Sama in singular in this case, He's reminding you how small and insignificant we are. It says, because who is this person? You know, you're walking around, you think that I'm a tyrant, I'm a strong, I've been doing aerobics, I've been drinking, protein shakes, and I got this, La wallahi. Rabbu samawati wal ard. He deserves to be worshipped, but it's gonna be difficult. So it says, وَاسْطَبِرْ لِعِبَادَتِهِ. So be extra patient for His ibadah. Why? It's very difficult, my brothers and sisters, especially living in the West, to be able to lower your gaze, especially in the summertime when you walk in downtown Hamilton or whatever it is. Very difficult especially for the brothers, supposed to be the hunters, right? When you get hunted by the sisters now, when you go to universities and whatever it is, you're trying to be good, but still they're not going to leave you alone. It is very difficult for you to be able to wear the hijab, for example, when everybody else is showing their 36, 24, 36. And they're showing how beautiful the hair is and how much they got of their things and stuff. Very difficult for you because you want to also be noticed. You want to feel beautiful. You want to be wanted. You want the guys when you walk around, you go, oh, they pass out. That's what it's normal. It's human nature. You want to be wanted. So it says, وَاصْطَبِرْ لِعِبَادَتِهِ. Because there is a coming a time, it will be very difficult for you to hold on to your identity as a Muslim, period. Without you changing your name, without having to change your identity, without having to take off your, whatever it is, you shave this and you change that, you take off your hijab and you don't wear it. You don't want to be identified as a Muslim. So وَاصْطَبِرْ لِعِبَادَتِهِ. Very difficult to be able to wake up every day in the morning. To be able to pray Fajr, let alone Qiyam. When I told the brothers in the Qiyam, I said, Shaykh, we don't even make Fajr. Yani. You're talking to Qiyam, yani, it's called Niyam. Niyamul Layl, not Qiyamul Layl. So وَاصْطَبِرْ لِعِبَادَتِهِ. Very difficult to be able to take halal money. It's very easy for me to sell some drugs and whatever it is and get some quick, easy bucks, man. Just one hit, I'll do whatever it is where I don't have to work for a whole month. Same thing. Difficult for you to say no to drugs. Difficult for you to go out with the posse and everybody is drinking alcohol and having a girl on the right, girl on the left, the beamer top down and got the bling bling, and got everything else. And you know what? Everybody's drinking up and you say, what are you going to drink, brother Mo? Milk. You know, you feel like a social outcast. Very difficult, wallahi. Very difficult for you. What did your boyfriend get you in the Valentine? I don't have a boyfriend. Why, girl? Let me do your nails. Have you heard this girl? Or she's a comedian. My wife introduced me to it. I don't know this stuff. She says, I do your nails. You have a boyfriend? No, you don't have a boyfriend? That's why you have no boyfriend. Let me do your nails. So very difficult for you. You say, you know what? Hey, homie, are you a homo? Where's your girlfriend, man? I have no girlfriend. Ah, you're one of those happy boys, eh? You're so sweet. Wallahi, they will challenge you. And I've been there, done that. I've been here for 41 years. I went to high school here. I grew up here. Very difficult, man. But now it's new industrial strength, new and improved. Like when I go to high schools now, universities, I go, Allah yarham layam. May Allah have mercy upon the days when I was in high school universities. They were angels in comparison to, it's a lingerie show now. Guess what? Don't worry, don't even bother with going to high school universities. Guess what? You go to a mall now in the summertime, Allahu musta'an. I actually say, A'udhu billahi min shaitanir rajeem. I only go with my wife because I have to. I have no choice, dude. Yes? Okay. But with this, you don't know where to look, man. Wallahi, you don't know where to look. I remember some of the mashayikh came from overseas and we take them off the airport. They come out of the plane, they go, astaghfirullah.